Episode 6, The Putaway Efficiency File. The pallets didn't look like much. Plastic-wrapped cubes labeled in Sharpie, half the labels smudged by rain. But in those cubes was the start of every promise your business makes. Put them in the right place, and everything flows. Put them in the wrong place, and you'll spend the next 6 months paying for it. One search, one delay, one back order at a time.
Putaway efficiency. The phrase sounds harmless enough, like something you can fine-tune later. But I've watched more warehouses bleed money because nobody thought to ask a simple question: are we putting things where they belong?
What is put-away efficiency? It's the practice of moving inbound product from the dock to the correct storage location as quickly, accurately, and safely as possible. Not eventually. Not when you get around to it. Now. Because every minute a pallet sits in staging is a minute your operation loses momentum. Most people don't think about it. They believe once a shipment arrives and gets counted, the hardest part is over. But that's when the real work begins.
I remember a furniture distributor on the edge of Chicago. They'd built a massive new warehouse, 200,000 square feet of polished concrete and brand new racking. The ribbon cutting made the papers. Everyone talked about how modern it looked. But nobody had a plan for put away. For 3 months, inbound pallets sat in staging lanes because no one had agreed on bin assignments. Every order required a scavenger hunt. They spent more on labor in those 3 months than they'd budgeted for the year.
The warehouse smelled of varnish and quiet failure. 1,000 SKUs in limbo, while management kept printing reports claiming the project was on track.
Why does this matter? Because put away isn't a back office detail. It's the first step in making sure every other process works. If you don't get this right, you're already behind.
What's the impact? Start with productivity. When product isn't in its assigned location, pickers spend extra time searching. When staging lanes overflow, receiving slows to a crawl. When storage locations are random, replenishment becomes guesswork. And when replenishment fails, customer orders go late.
I worked with an auto parts distributor who thought put away was just paperwork. They didn't scan items to confirm location. They relied on memory. After 6 months, the error rate was over 20%. 1 out of 5 bins held something other than what the system said. You could feel the operations manager trying to pretend it wasn't happening.
The air smelled of motor oil and resignation. You can always tell when a warehouse has stopped caring, because nobody bothers to look for the missing items anymore. They just create manual workarounds and call it temporary.
Put away efficiency is about discipline. About resisting the temptation to cut corners just to clear the dock. Because those corners don't save time, they just shift the cost downstream.
People assume speed and accuracy are opposites, but they're not. When you build a process that's clear and consistent, speed follows naturally. It's when you leave things to memory and improvisation that everything slows to a crawl.
I once shadowed a warehouse lead named Marcus. He ran inbound at a consumer goods operation. His team logged every pallet, confirmed every location, and updated the system in real time. Other teams called them slow. But when peak season hit, Marcus's area ran flawlessly, while everyone else choked on backlog.
That's the ledger nobody sees. The cost of cutting corners versus the benefit of getting it right. Here's the thing. Put-away efficiency isn't just about labor hours. It's about customer expectations. Because every product that goes into the wrong slot is an order that will ship late, a return that could have been avoided, a customer who will start looking for a more reliable supplier.
And it's about your people. When you force them to waste time searching for what should have been in the right place, you're telling them their time doesn't matter. And nothing kills morale faster than that.
Imagine the cumulative effect. 10 extra minutes per order, multiplied by hundreds of orders, multiplied by days and weeks. By the end of the quarter, you're staring at labor costs you can't explain and service metrics you can't defend.
The lesson? Honor the process. Put away isn't glamorous, but it's the foundation of everything else. You wouldn't build a house without checking the level. You shouldn't build a warehouse without confirming that every product is where it belongs.
I've watched too many companies brag about investments in automation while ignoring the basics. No robot can fix sloppy bin assignments. No AI can compensate for a team that's too rushed to scan and confirm.
Put away efficiency is about pride. Pride in doing the job right, even when nobody's watching. Pride in knowing that when someone needs a SKU, it'll be exactly where it's supposed to be.
So here's the question. Are you willing to slow down long enough to get it right? Because once you fall behind, Catching up takes more time and more money than you ever thought possible.
The ledger never lies. It records every shortcut, every delay, every pallet you didn't put away when you should have.
Respect the slot, respect the sequence, respect the truth. Because the day you stop paying attention to put away is the day your entire operation starts to unravel.
And in this business, once the unraveling starts, it doesn't stop on its own.
Reflection prompts. First one, how quickly are inbound products fully put away and scanned into their proper locations? 2, what percentage of put away errors are discovered by accident, and why? 3, how would your warehouse change if put away efficiency was treated as the first priority, not the last?